Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where normally I'd be joined by either Jake or Professor Spike. But today I am flying solo, and solo is going to be the first stock of the day. Solo, the little three-wheeled vehicle that is now in production and opening up 6 new dealerships, I think in California. Seems like California always gets these EV cars first. We got a flood of people come in at the same time. I'm welcoming Banan Man, who says he got the first like of the day. Yeah, I noticed I haven't seen that many likes lately. I've only been getting 12 to 24. I want to see 36 today. Just kidding, I don't care. It's too much trouble, don't bother. Jigglypuff is here. 2-hour Halloween edition. Look, Jiggly, I didn't put a costume on, but people tell me my natural face is good enough. That's me asking Bannon how's it's going. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Clarence from upstate New York. I hope you're not getting the storms we're getting here in eastern Long Island. Hey, Arjon, good to see you, man. Are you getting ready for that big Steeler game? Who did I play in this week? I haven't even looked. Arjon is in football heaven so far this season. BCRX, is BCRX up? I guess not. There's not too much up today, if that's what you mean. What's up is, I looked over all my stocks and my watch list. I didn't see anything but red. And today is like the weather, a little bit icky. Catherine from Texas, well, it's always beautiful there. Beautiful day today in Texas. Man, how you doing? David is with us this morning. Good morning, David. Chris, you got to give Jake some more wine vinery tips, whatever. Jake is still drinking wine from those vineries. They're playing the Ravens. Oh, that's going to be a tough game, yeah. Can the Ravens beat the Steelers? Look, I guess they can. No team is invincible. And they're always known for their defense. Big Tex, a big hello from Texas. Beautiful day, says Catherine. Buy the dip. Which dip? Fritos? Fritos was always my favorite as a kid. Munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. The Green Mountain States of Vermont. Cabinet guy, are there any other people in Vermont besides you? Every time I go there, I don't see people. It's not exactly a populated state. Pete is from Vermont. It's rather sparsely populated, Vermont. I think the second least people in the country in that state. I forget which state has fewer. But I used to know these facts. Oh, you bought in at 11.95? Very good. Lots of luck to you, Jiggly. Hope you run it up to $1 million. Oh, Adam, don't just ignore him. He's a paid basher. $14.95 is the target. Excellent swing trade. But like Jake said, the data could come in at any moment. So you never know about those things. I'm going to take some requests. If you have some requests today, let's see them. Let's see those requests. Anybody? If not, I have the lineup so far today is looking at the markets, the S&P, the Qs, Amazon.com, which is like looking at the market, and TUP. Okay, Clarence is giving me TUP, and TGTX for big techs, and UPS for cabinet guy. Okay, so no requests, buy everything, says Jiggly. Okay, spread it around. Buy SPXL. I'm not saying that for real. I'm just translating what Jiggly is saying. Let's go to share screen. Shalom, magnificent answer. Good to see you. All right, so BCRX is Arjan. Okay, got a lot to look. I'll take requests. That's what I'll do today. Of course, I'm going to start with the markets, because what good is looking at individual stocks without getting an idea of the markets? So let's start with the SPX. Okay, so the SPX is having a hell of a terrible day, down 1.37%. Not as terrible as the Qs, but still, nevertheless, terrible. It actually sort of stopped at one of my support areas of support. Stopped exactly where I drew the line. I'm looking at retest, however, of the 3,200 level. So I do believe we're going to see more pain. Another 2% on the downside, maybe. I think we'll get that Monday into Tuesday, election day. And after election day, I think things will begin to normalize, no matter who wins. Okay, so that's Dr. J's little market scenario. But let's take a look at the Qs by comparison. What I don't like, which I pointed out the other day on the S&P, is I don't like this, just like the Dow and the, you will see the Qs, we have a lower high on 1012. So we have what could be considered a double top or very close to it. And I don't like that. So right now we're clearly in a downtrend, not a bear market, but a downtrend, which I think will end with a retest of 3,200. Let's look at the Qs. The Qs are having a really bad day, down 2.5% to 269. But I think it could be a lot worse. I think we could see a retest of the 921 low at 260. So I'm looking for another 4% on the downside from here. They're trying to come back off the lows of the day, which is always a good thing. So the lows of the day were 267.92. We're at 269.58. You might take a quick look at the 15-minute chart. If I can find it. 15 minutes. Okay, the 15-minute chart shows us that we've just begun to turn it around. So maybe we've seen the worst of it for today. That would be nice. Let's see how big this candle grows over the next the next candle. Let's see if we can take out 269.96. We take out 270, I think it'll be a recovery. into the close. That would be very nice. I don't want to end Halloween weekend on a sour note. You got to make it pleasant for those gremlins. All right, take a look at Amazon.com. Amazon.com on the daily. Well, for Wednesday, I was very thrilled to draw a trend line that showed that Amazon, despite the negative day on Wednesday, is holding trend, and on Thursday had a small pop. However, it gave back a lot of that pop on yesterday, and today is down big with the market, even though it had stellar earnings. So in this market, stellar earnings are not enough. I don't know what is. I think everything is being thrown out with the bathwater, or the proverbial baby is being thrown out with the bathwater. Where did they get that expression from? Anybody know? The baby is being thrown out with the bathwater? I think I know, but I don't think I want to bother saying. Do I think it's going to come all the way back to the September 21st lows? You know, it may. It may retest the 2,900 area. Or another good stopping point would be the low on 924, 2965. Yeah, that looks like a very likely stopping point for Amazon.com. So I think there's room to buy lower. It doesn't seem to have made the same kind of recovery. Maybe it did. Let's see it. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. Oh, over the last 15 minutes or so, we have seen a little spike up, as we did in the Qs. But in the Qs, it looked more pronounced, although this was not a bad-looking candle 2 candles ago either. We'll have to see how this plays out. I mean, if the Qs turn it around, Amazon will turn it around on the day. If not, we're looking at 2965. All right, as a retest. And now let me go back to StreamYard for a second, because I want to pick up those requests. Kamal bought a lot today. That's probably a bullish sign. Kamal is pretty good at judging the markets. If he's buying today, then there's a lot of optimism, some from coming out of Wall Street. Right, Kamal? Optimism out of Wall Street if you bought today? Henrik Fisker was on with Kramer today. I missed the interview. I'd like to talk about cars today, if we get a chance. J&J announced pediatric trials. How much should the parents get paid? I don't know about that. Arjun thinks that throwing the baby out with the bathwater is from a German proverb. I don't think so, but maybe it is. I thought it was because in the early colonists, you know, revolutionary days, that era, and into the 1800s, well into the 1800s, used to take baths once a week on the Sabbath, and they went according to age order, with the oldest going first. I would have gone first. And they filled up the bathtub once with the water, so it was kind of murky and dirty by the time the little baby got to bathe. And maybe that's where they got the expression that they couldn't find the, you know, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's from the German. AXGT down 40%. Ooh, nasty. I don't know the fundamentals, and probably the chart won't be that interesting. So Arjun said I'm not totally wrong. maybe. It's interesting that somebody actually took a shot at answering that question. I didn't think you guys would. Let's try to answer some more stock questions, beginning with TUP. 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 TUP has given back quite a bit over the last 2 weeks, but so has most stocks. How has the pandemic affected this one? I can't, oh, this is over the last 15 minutes. We don't care about 15 minutes on this one, do we, Clarence? Oh, so it looks like it had probably good earnings, popped like crazy. It must have been on earnings, I'm guessing. I don't know what other kind of news. But when you see this kind of pop, it wasn't after for a long run up, it's only a bullish sign, and even today it's up a little bit. So my reading of the tea leaves is that you buy on a pullback to the $30 area, and you probably get another rally before any attempt, unless we have a terrible market, in which case it could go down right with the market, you know. But I don't know what the news was. Again, my guess is earnings. We're in the earnings season, at the beginning of it. Let's just take a look at, you know what, let's look at the 3 weeks on this. Sometimes you get a better perspective. The weekly. All right, so the weekly shows pretty much the same thing. Oh, we took some big fall, didn't we? So it looks like the pandemic, it went down beginning when? I can't even tell the years on these things. 1/29/18. From beginning of 2018, over a 2 3/4 year period, 2.5 year period, it went straight down. Incredible. And now it looks like it's going straight up. Equally incredible. So we took out the highs right back here in the beginning of the year, beginning of 2019, not 20. The highs were about 38.63. Did we take that out? Let's see what the high this year was. No, we didn't take that out. So the next target would be the upper 38s. If it breaks out, it would be very strong. Again, I don't know the news. But this is a very bullish chart, Clarence, and probably a good buy on dips, as Jiggly would say, buy the dips. All right, so we're liking that one. I know Arjun mentioned BCRX. Take a look at it. Is it doing anything today? I don't think so. Maybe it was flat. Again, I didn't look at the news. I wasn't interested enough to look at the news about Barrow in Japan, but it must have been good news because we're up in a very bad market. Good to see it up, even if it is only a nickel. And I'm guessing the news was decent. And we're hugging the 50. So we're in a little bit of a wedge here, looking to break north of that wedge. To really break north of that wedge convincingly, I'd like to see a move up to mid-fours to break out of this wedge convincingly. We're still in the weekly. Let me look at the daily better. The daily shows more or less the same thing, except you can have a more modest target now. You can have a more modest target. This is the main target, 468. But you can have a smaller target right in here, right about 417. So that's the key number right there to take out. We've got a ways to go, and it still looks like we're in a bit of a wedge here. So let's see, we need to break north of this wedge, bottom line. In a terrible market, that's going to be hard to do. All right, so let me go back to the StreamYard and pick up another stock to chart. Clarence said, just an opinion. All right. Oh, Jiggly, quit bothering everybody. As you know, our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. That goes for our guests as well. That goes for everyone on the chat board as well. So if you want investment advice, check with your investment advisor. Our opinions do not constitute investment advice, let me repeat. And you should, of course, do your own due diligence. Right, Clarence? Jiggly's got to do his homework. Oh, they got news from the UK. That's good. I'll take it wherever it comes from. I guess it was good news. Tupperware, you think is going to 100. I hope you're right. Judging from that chart, it's going right on my watch list, which means it may be in my portfolio soon. Yeah, I mean, we all have those stories, Catherine. Bought it low, sold it high, but not high enough. Yeah. NEO is still, I'm still kicking myself over NEO. That's the most recent one that I got rid of too early. I got to go scroll backwards to look for more stock symbols. AXGT down 40%. Well, it's worth noting, but not charting. Jiggly gave me the definition of throw the baby out with the bathwater. CVM dipped into your buy territory today, says MA. Jiggly. And Jiggly did buy it. SPAC FSR is going, the merger is today. We got out at break even. Yeah, I know it's not been doing well, but it might be worth the gamble to accumulate that one over the next few years till it comes out with a car. And I mean, it's the one, if that Ocean, whatever it's called, SUV, whatever it is a big success down the road, it'll be worth the wait. But it is a wait. Jiggly, you got a lot to say today. UPS is cabinet guy, TGTX. Okay, TGTX and UPS. TGTX. Another biotech. I don't know what they do. And it's looks like a biotech from the big dip it just had. But I shouldn't say that. Most stocks have had this kind of a dip over the last couple of weeks. And it's still on on a nice ascending trend line from way back. You might be able to draw one pretty far back. If you want to draw a nice trend line, you probably could through this point here. Just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Try drawing it. See what happens. See what it looks like. If I cheat and put it right through there now, can't cheat that much. More like that. All right, so we're actually, if you go back a ways to where I drew the trend line, back to beginning of the second quarter. We're definitely on an upward ascent. So it's looking good that way, and it's been in an upward zoom channel. Also, if you can draw a parallel line through one of these points to get the zoom channel. Let's say here. So we're clearly in a zoom channel. This one looks very good. I like charts like this. Who doesn't? It's come up from the in April. What was its lows in April? Let's see if I can grab that. Oh, around $6.50, I would probably. Nice little move to the 20s from $6.50. If you're in this one for a long time, you're a happy camper, right, TJ? Right, Big Tex? And it doesn't look like it's stopping. It's just pulling back. It's doing its normal pullback thing. Maybe it'll pull back to the bottom trend line. If it does, you could look to support right around here. $24. So you're right above support, not far from support. You also have support here at 2287. 2287 is first level of support. What is it now? 25s. Okay. I mean, if it doesn't come down to the 22s soon, and it continues to follow the upward trend line, if it hits the bottom trend line in mid-November, it'll be 24 and change. That's really what I was looking at. But if it hits it soon, it could go down. It could be vulnerable for a few points. Could be. Doesn't look like that many points. The low of the day today was 25.29. This low was 22.87. Yeah, $23. Figure the $23 area for key support. The chart is very nice on this one. Very nice. I wish I would have seen this one a little bit earlier. I definitely would have been in it. Now I still may be in it. So you guys keep showing me these sexy looking charts and costing me money. As I say, I gotta get a piece of this. Sometimes it makes me money. So you never know. The other one was UPS. I was going to do FedEx, but let's do UPS. Turned down with a vengeance from 1021, where it was 178, now it's 158. But it looks like, the good news is, it looks like it's leveling off right at this area. So if we draw the draw a horizontal line, actually, be better. Horizontal line. TGTX intrigues me. Got to look at the fundamentals. Boy, isn't it amazing how we're just sitting beautifully right on support, cabinet guy? And it bounced off support today. Very good sign. Low of 155.93. Wow. How does it know where support is? How does it know to do that? It always just amazes me. It comes right down to support and like a spring bounces right back. Not just UPS, I mean, so many stocks. You'd think the charts actually work when you look at stuff like this. I guess they do, to a certain extent. But again, I'm somebody who likes to, if I have the time, look at the fundamentals as well. Let me draw a couple that I had in mind. Solo. Pete said he's going to be driving one of these by the end of the year. And why not? Everyone will want his autograph. What the hell is this car with 3 doors? 3 wheels, rather. All right, so we're down today on relatively recent news. But we've had a nice spike. There was a very nice spike yesterday. A little pullback is to be expected. It pulled back even more and bounced off the lows. Have we bounced off the lows with everything? 2 stocks in a row. Yesterday's high was 309, low to 260, 310. About I would expect 285 to be a decent entry point, just where it is now, which is on the 100. So this is a decent entry point for Solo if you think it's got potential. They're touting it, company is touting it as an urban city vehicle for making deliveries, ride shares, getting from point A to B quickly. But it also has the power to be on the highway, apparently. I forget what they said max speed was, 50, 60? I don't remember. It's not vast, but it can get up there in speed. It's also very reasonably priced. And it's captured a lot of people's imagination, apparently. And dealers are looking to get in with, many dealers, some dealers at least, are interested. So it looks like 6 more coming online to sell these things, which are now in production in Canada, our neighbors to the north. All right, so I just thought we'd revisit this. We did talk about this not way back, but a couple of weeks ago. And the chart looks okay. It looks like it turned the corner here. I mean, it was coming off a nice low at 245. I think we may have seen the lows right there, at least for a while. Okay, besides Solo, maybe we should look at Fisker. What is it, FXK? That's not it. I don't know the symbol. For the new company. Fisker, FKR maybe? I don't know. Anybody know? Just give me a shout out. All right, I'll come back to StreamYard and pick that, get that information from you guys. I'm sure you know. Take a look at Tesla. I could look on my phone, get the symbol for the other one meanwhile. Tesla is behaving like all the other big techs today. It decided, I'm a big tech too, and I'm going to sell off too. That's what it decided. So that's how Tesla looks. Of course, Tesla is like sort of like Amazon these days. When in doubt, buy Tesla. So let's see what the new symbol is. FSR, the Fisker. Okay, we're definitely in a downtrend, but I expect this to hold. The 924 low of 351 will hold. That's a lot of points below where we are now. It's another 10% drop. I mean, it's possible we get that. What did we get today? We were down to 379 today. Bounced back to 389. I guess the bounce back is very recent, or maybe even over the time that I've been talking. I don't know. But the stock has been amazing. What could I tell you? Let's just look at it more compactly. Beautiful chart. Oh man, look, where was it? I keep marveling at this back in March, $70. Wow. Wow. Who needs biotech? Just buy Tesla. And you know, the run is probably not over. So it's not too late to own a little chunk of Elon. That's what you're really buying, I guess. Although there was Apple lived on after Steve Jobs, so I guess at this point Tesla is a self-sustaining entity with or without Elon, but you still want his presence. Still in its infancy. Without Elon, the stock would be cut in half overnight, probably. All right, so buy the dips. I'll go along with Jiggly on that. You want to look for a little bit more of a bargain? Go ahead. You might get it Monday and Tuesday. What else is there? NEO too. Just to aggravate me. I'm not going to repeat the fact that I bought it at 3 and sold it at 7. I'm not going to say that anymore. 318 earlier this year. That's about when I bought it. And then I sold it probably right in here a few weeks later. Thought I was a genius. Not a genius. Look at this move. Look at this move. Unbelievable. Not really, considering the move Tesla had. Not unbelievable. But percentage-wise, even better. From 3 to 30 is a 10-bagger, last I checked. 10-baggers are not easy to come by, and Dr. J threw it away. I threw it away with the bathwater. Okay, so where to buy it? Probably would have been good time to buy it at the low today. Can we go back, rewind? $30 and a nickel. This might be like Amazon and Tesla. It may never be a wrong time to buy this one, as it's got a tremendous bull run. It's on the run. Buy the dips on this one also. There's so much attractive stuff out here to buy. So, I mean, that's one thing in favor of the market going forward. You got the EV revolution coming up, and that's going to propel the market forward. You got the green revolution in general that'll propel the market forward. You got the technical revolution is continuing. Biotechnology is where it's at. So I think we're going to see strong markets in the future. With, of course, markets go up and markets go down. So yeah, we'll get out pullbacks. Maybe even a mini crash. I'm not ruling anything out. But you gotta love these innovative companies. And then you gotta love the state companies that plod along, that carve out their niche, that carve out their share. And Walmart is such a company. We talked about it on Wednesday. This one it pays a decent dividend while you're waiting. It's got a very nice dip to where it looks kind of attractive. Even with a 150 target, which I think will be exceeded by March. I think by March, I think you could see 175. So in terms of being a slow mover, even though that's probably true relative to the rest of the market, I think the potential for this one is enormous, especially in a COVID environment. It's the only company that truly can compete against Amazon. So we dipped below the recent trend line. So we're looking at support right in here. Key levels would be 134.75. So I'll draw the double ruled line right in there. I also wanted to talk about Athens, which had a nice pop yesterday. So can we do that? Walmart is my biggest holding, not that anybody cares. Followed by Amazon. My biggest biotechnology holding is this one, which came off a nice pop. We're looking at the 15-minute chart. Was I looking at the 15-minute before on Walmart? I don't think so. No, couldn't have been. Daily. Okay, let's look at the daily chart. Better idea. In the middle of the green candle, the body of the green candle, just for the hell of the close 180, the open 166, 14.7, 173. Just where it is now would be a decent entry point if you want to go into Athens. Of course, if it has a setback and goes below 156, I have my finger on the sell button, not to sell all of it, but to sell some of it. So I have one finger on the buy, one finger on the sell. I do a lot of this in and out type stuff with some shares, some portion of my shares. It worked out for me recently when I sold in the 170s, bought back in the 150s, high 150s. I like Athens long term. We're not going to talk fundamentals. The chart looks okay to buy even now. Biotech. Is there any other requests before I call it a day? Or FSOY? What is that, First Solar? FSOY. All right, let's get to that. We didn't even mention CVM or NWBO. We should look at those. No, this is not First Solar. This is Fastly. An interesting chart that wants to make you vomit if you're long the stock. Yeah, I see what you mean. But it's not far from key levels of support, right about here. Actually, this is really the key level. The chart is not interesting. The chart is nauseating. With support coming in at maybe 55.67. Yeah. I don't know what happened to this one, but something bad. Something bad. I have two levels of support that I see here. So I drew them in. The first level of support is right at 42.64. That's way below where we are now. But this is ugly. I mean, the first level of support has got to be the 200. So 55.67 first level of support. And that might hold. I don't know what the problem is with this one. CVM, and we'll call it a day. Oh, another slightly nauseating move that it made from recent highs. From 1668, a nice collapse to 1205. But does it mean anything? Absolutely not. It just means you can make money while you're waiting for data. If you want to go swing it, and you're astute enough to just hold between 12 and 15 like Jiggly wants to do. Provided you don't get caught with the data being announced and take a bath. That's why Jake doesn't want to do it, swing it. We're right at support, though. Beautiful how it bounced off support. Beautiful. I mean, we've got a lot of touches right in this location. So this was a very good pickup on your part, Jiggly, provided, of course, data isn't announced and it's a flopperooski. Then it wouldn't be a good pickup. So it's a great pickup unless it's not. All right, so I think we're going to wrap it all up. I guess that's it. We did a lot. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Halloween. Big Tex, Clarence, Jiggly, Arjun, M.A. Shalom, au revoir, arrivederci, sayonara, Vigazen, hasta la próxima semana. See you all next week. Take care, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.